Hey guys, happy Monday. How are ya? I'm doing much better. Thank you very much. I had the evil Canadian cold that was pretty bad, going around the office at work. See, what happened is the intern, he went up to Canada for one of his best bud's weddings, and he returned with a cold. It was a very mean, nasty, horrific, terrible cold. And of course, being the good intern he is and remembering the lessons he was taught when he was in kindergarten and not a senior in college, he shared with everybody in the office. So I spent a good couple days last week being just sick, which is all right, but the problem was I was too sick to craft. And you know you're sick when you're too sick to do anything. I didn't want to stitch, didn't want to knit, didn't want to sew. So that's sort of why this is delayed another week. Canadian cold. Bad mojo, my friends. Bad mojo. Anyway, also, shout out to Savannah. So, Livy Creations. Here is her card. Remember last video I said that my mug had died a sad death and I needed another one? She saw it. She invoiced me. I paid the invoice. I got me a brand new mug with pansies and my name on it. So here is her card. Go check her out. She's fantastic. I'm sure she would be happy to make a mug with your name on it too. Everybody needs a mug with their name on it. It's really nice. Has a lid that screws on, a recyclable straw if you're with the No More Plastic Straws movement for the sake of the environment. Let's put that in a safe place. Anyway, good stuff. So go check Savannah out. She's also a floss tuber, and if you aren't watching her, I don't know why you're not. She's a super sweetheart. Today's beverage, California raspberry Coca-Cola. It's really quite good. I want to try, they have a Georgia peach. I want to try the peach one next. Living dangerously, uncapped drink. Hopefully nothing will go awry. All right, let's get things rolling with the project report. Let's start off with my theater stitching. So here is one more of the Three Little Words series from Lizzie Kate. This is actually a freebie. Gotta maneuver around my drink there. A freebie on the website. So I printed it off. You can see there's that one Ohio star where I haven't put a heart in. I'm thinking I will put a button in that spot right there, and it will be adorable. So believe in yourself, follow your heart. Stitched with the called for fibers on a 28 count blue something or another from Wichelt. Alright, and then the second one I got done. Remember, I've been gone for 3 weeks, so it's not like I've magically stitched all the things overnight. This one is Be Kind Always, Enjoy Every Moment. So that one also got finished. Super cute, adorable. Here's the what's it's also on my 28 count mystery blue linen from Wichelt. Theater stitching. So it takes me about 2 weekends at the theater to get one of those done. You get half of one done one weekend and then the second half the next weekend. So last weekend I started another one which is not here, so you don't get to see it. Boo-hoo, so sad. I did put some work into the Oh Holy Night Nativity by Stoney Creek Collection. And I got a lot of straw put in and the vast majority of the sheep. I think there's just maybe a color or two left in that sheep to do, and then I need to do all the straw underneath him. And then I will be done with 2/3 of the way done with this project. And all that will be left to do is the 3 wise men, and the 3 wise men will go over here where this bit is rolled up. This is being stitched on a 28 count linen. It's from Picture This Plus. I think, is this the one that I'm doing on Blue Dwarf? I think so. I think this is Blue Dwarf. So there is that lovely project. Let's see if I put this on the floor. Princess will not hop in the box because there's other stuff in the box. Sorry. Alright. You never know with cats. And then I put in a little bit of work on Inspiration by Rosewood Manor. Let me unpin this edge. So I'm not entirely sure what I had or had not done down over on this side, but I finished up whatever was left to do down on this page and moved up to the next page. And there's a page cut about, where is it? It's right about here is where the page separates. So I've been kind of working on pages, let's see, 7, 8, so like half of 8 and half of 9 all together. So I this big wonderful cornucopia type shaped vase with all the flowers and spray. I worked on that. Put in part of this border that goes around the interior, and have started on the grass and some of the town that's in here. So that is where I am with Inspiration. She looks great. She looks really, really great. So this will probably be, well, I'm debating about keeping this as my at-work project, because it is so intensive, and you really do a few stitches here and a few stitches there, and then it's time to trade colors. And I don't have my thread palette at work because it takes up a lot of room, and I don't want all that stuff scattered all over my desk. Oh, this is on a 28 count Joblin or a Laguna. Oh, did I knock off home? One of those fabrics. I'm not really entirely sure exactly what it is because I purchased it so long ago. In Ivory, or I don't know, something dirty. The picture of the thing, oh, I don't know where the pattern is. Oh, I know where the pattern is. The pattern's at work. I brought home the stitching and left the pattern at work. Anyway, it calls for a rustic type fabric. And that was what the LNS had when I purchased it, so that's what I got. One last thing that I worked on, because of the debate that there is a lot of stuff going on with that project with Inspiration. So I thought, well, maybe I should take something different to work. And so I took First Violets into work at some point in time to work on it for a couple of days. And over the course of those couple of days, I got all these cute little polka dots stitched and the handle. Not a lot, but pretty good for an at-work lunch break little project. It's so cute. So I'm nearly done with the mug. Nearly done. And then I'm trying to decide if it calls for all this green here and over here are like half stitches for shading and shadowing. I'm trying to decide if I want to do them now before I move up to do the pansies in the mug, or if I want to wait till the end and do all the half stitches in one go a little bit later. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So that is everything that I did for stitching. That is everything. So, I thought I would do a video like a week ago when it was Memorial Day weekend. So I filmed all the clips for my purchases at that time, and I thought I would put them together. So I filmed that on Monday, and I thought I'd pick them together on Tuesday. That didn't happen because Canadian cold. So for the acquisitions, here's the video clip of the stuff I bought that was related to cross-stitch stuff. So it's yesterday, and I've got my hair pulled back because I've been doing chores around the hot house, and it's a little warm. So, anyway, let's show you the few things that have come in the mail that are cross-stitch related. The subscription for Just Another Button Company arrived on the couple of weeks where I have been out of town. Okay, I haven't been out of town. I've just been busy. I don't know why I said out of town. My parents have been out of town. I was babysitting the dog while my parents went back to Pennsylvania to pick up my sister, who graduated from med school, on all sorts of wonderful things. Anyway, so the theme and art card is good old summertime. It's beautiful. And let's see, it's either this one or next month. Might be the last one because they've started to promote their theme for the next one. And I know Stitcherista did a review on what was coming up next, which is the, here, they've got a little card. Just Another Buttons Company coming. Words with Buttons. I don't think I'm going to continue on with this. I'm not going to sign up for it, mostly because I don't know if you can see, but they've gone to a larger button size. Anyway, so right now I get 1 pack of the larger buttons. In the next version there will be 2 packs in 2 different colors of the larger buttons, and what I really am after are the smaller buttons. So these ones are teal for 2 and apricot, right? So these are also teal from 2. And then the beachy buttons, the hand-shaped ones, are all sorts of fun little beach shapes. I said beachy shapes like 3 times there, didn't I? Anyway, so you've got the beach ball and a starfish and a fishy and a seagull and a seashells, and I think there's an ice cream back there that I see. Anyway, that's good stuff. So that is cross-stitch related acquisitions. There are very few this go round. And then off of Etsy, I picked up this little pansy. She's cross-stitched it on, it's 16 count, maybe 14 count, I don't know. Anyway, pansies, and then finished it off onto a mink oil tin. There's some scrapbook fabric Mod Podged on. You use this little key to open up the tin. More stuff on the inside. Anyway, it's darling. I had it on my list for at least a year, over a year, and it hadn't been purchased yet, so I decided that it got to come and live with me. Uh-oh. It goes back together, guys. Really, it does. Just not when the camera's rolling. There we go. So that is super cute, and it sits over here on my desk where I can see it. I'm going to put it over here in this pile, and along with the little mink little finish thing, she crocheted a cute little coaster. Small, super cute. I love the colors. I just love how they shade from the purples to the greens. It's just a darling, darling, super simple coaster, and I'm sure if I had the pattern and knew how to crochet, I could probably whip out a couple of those in no time at all. So that's all the cross-stitch acquisitions I have this week. So practically nothing. I don't think I have much coming up the next week coming in for purchases. There is a Taya Gobner pansy piece that I bought off of Amazon. I noticed one day while I was flipping through stuff that it was for sale for $8, and I think the retail, when I put it in my wish list, was like $68, so I thought that's a deal. Bought it. It's on its way. So we'll see that next week. My goal in June is to keep with the program. Do a video when I know I need to do a video, but life is hectic. Who knows? That's why I never tell you guys my plans. You never hear that I'm going to stitch this date on that thing or on this thing on that thing. I don't make plans. I just do whatever I want, and life is good. All right, let's take a look at yarn and my wonderful knitting projects. what do I want to start with? We'll start with my hitchhiker. So here we are on this project. Make sure that I pull it out without taking her off the thing. So here we go. You can kind of see my stitch marker right there. I think it was 3. It's either 3 or 4 more teeth since the last time you saw it. It's coming out cute, looking really good. I love it lots. So there you go. I'm working with yarn. It's Miss Babs is the dyer. The pink is Hot to Trot. And this purpley stripe that I put in was just a sample that I got sent that happened to be on the same base, which is this is the Woodbury base. So I just threw it in there for funsies. And then I went to her shop to see if she had any more of the same color, and she didn't. So it looks like I'm just going to have one stripe on my my hitchhiker scarf. The 2 millionth, 37 bajillionth iteration of that pattern, since it's a very, very popular pattern. So there is that. Next up, let's look at the stocking head slouch. Yeah. Stocking head slouch hat. So this is what I've been putting a lot of my attention towards. You can see my stitch marker down here at the side. I think that's where I showed it to you last time, because I think I only showed you the once. I'm getting the hang of using 2 different needles split up like this. I am so close, you guys, to being able to switch from the 2x2 ribbing, which is what's been going on here, into the stockinette portion of the stitch. And I love this yarn. This is Dancing Pansy from, what was her name? The Artress. She's out of Canada. She hasn't had much yarn on her Etsy site recently, but I love this color. I just love it. So soft, so pretty. It's very spring-like, you know, with the greens and the yellows and the little pops of pink in between the shadows of the purples and the blue. I love it. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sock. So, sock hat. It's not going to be a sock. I don't know how to do socks yet. I assume that a lot of the same theories apply. So there you go. So I'm working on that. Turning out really, really cute. And now for the pattern that has been in the project, I guess I should say. That has been in detention, and I need to rip some stuff out because I was very, very bad. So let's open it up. You can see here that I have added the 3rd color to the shawl. This is 100 Acre Wood from Helen Stewart. Anyway, so I have added the 3rd color to the shawl, and as I had it laid out here, looking at everything going, oh, how pretty, everything's turning out well, I noticed this little section right there between my fingers. You can see that I've got a garter bump when I was doing lace, where over here there is no garter bump. Yeah, that needs to come out. And I was consulting with Mom, and she says probably the best thing to do would be to rip back to the color change so that it takes care of this lace, so we aren't trying to drop back and fix this accidental garter ridge. It's so depressing. So sad. Anyway, fix that accidental garter bump that's just there between those 5 little 5 things, and then fix it, and then go forward with color number 3 again. So I haven't done it yet because I wanted to show you guys that I made a boo-boo. It needed to be fixed, so yay. Yay indeed. So I need to rip that back and get it taken care of. And as you can imagine, it's not something that I'm really looking forward to doing. So with that said, that's my my knitting projects, but you know that there are a whole ton of yarnquisitions to look at. So here's that video clip. It's still yesterday. I've still been doing chores. Yarnquisitions. I got into a whole heap of trouble with the yarn stuff. So we'll just start. From Wish Knits. She's out of the UK on Etsy. I bought 2 skeins. I loved the colors in this one. This is the colorway Cornflowers. See right there. And then it's just so soft. Pinks, a little bit of purples, a little bit of blue. What I'm really amazed with is she managed to keep the whites really white. Sometimes the blues and the purples bleed into it quite a bit and they kind of go gray. The whites turn gray. It's not a bad thing. It's just, you know, a choice, and I like a good white instead of gray. So there is that beautiful colorway from Wish Knits. And then the other colorway that got me into her shop, of course, is called Pansy. It's right there, Wish Knits. Right? Likewise, a beautiful skein of yarn, has more of the magentas and the yellow tones that you get from other pansies that are not purple pansies, but still a beautiful, beautiful skein of yarn. Fingering, sock weight. She's also included a little stitch marker. You can see this guy here. There's one on the other one. So that is what I ordered from Wish Knits. The next skein of yarn, let's take it out of the plastic. Rattling of plastic note means that something wonderful is coming. So this is Knit Style Yours, also from Etsy, in the trendy sock base, which is, here you can see it's a 75/25. This one is in pansies, which is how I found it and added it to the old wish list. And then I happened to see her her yarn podcast. I happened to stumble across that randomly, and when she was showing these on the on her podcast, I liked the colors a lot better than the pictures that were in her Etsy store. So it came home. As you can see, more purples, more pinks, just touches of greens, touches of the yellows. It's another beautiful, beautiful yarn. Tuck that in here so it doesn't fall off. But wait, there's more. Let's pull these ones out of the bin. So I know last time I showed you Tippy Tree yarns. Is it Tippy Tree? Yeah, Tippy Tree yarns. So I went back for, we'll show this one again, for another skein of this. This is the Rockies at Dawn. Beautiful purples and blues and wonderful things. I just needed another skein of it. So I bought another skein of it. And then in addition to that, this is called My Valentine, which is the lovely shades of purples. This is, she doesn't say, Superwash Merino Twist. I think it's 100% Superwash Merino. No nylon in it. Not good for socks. Great for shawls. Anyway, beautiful. So that came to live with me as well. Let's put those little wrappings on the floor for little Miss Princess to play in. Camel City Dye Works. I had to hit her shop again just because I'm crazy. This is the sterling sock base, so it's got a little bit of silver stellina, they call it, in it, so it has a little tiny bit of shine. Really, really pretty. The colorway is Winter Rose. It reminded me a lot of the pansy one that I bought from her. I don't know, it called my name. And pinks and purples and beautiful, so you all know why it was calling my name. So that came home to live with me. And then the last, is that the, no, that is not the last yarn. Haha, there's even. I was wandering around on Etsy, as you do. And so here is from Sierra Wools, located in the Sierra Nevada foothills. Hand spun yarn, it's a DK / light worsted. It's from Emma I don't know if Emma is the sheep or if Emma is the spinner. Well, I guess Emma might be the sheep because she's a Wensleydale, Cormo, Merino, Lincoln mix. We've got 4 ounces, about 300 yards of this beautiful stuff, and the colorway is Pansy. So that's why it had to come and live with me. I love the bright greens and the blues, and it blends into these lovely lavender and purples down on this end. It's a hand spun, if I understand Barbara's hand spun, so it's has a little bit of a rougher tooth to it, a little rougher feel. I think I found a cowl that will be just right for this, and so I'm really curious to see how this cakes up, and maybe knit another cowl, which will be interesting because it's a little bit scratchier. I wonder if I could hold it with something neutral to help soften it up. I don't know. We'll have to think about it. I've been watching way too many yarn podcasts. All right, the last little bit of yarn, I'll just pull out one ball. This is Pansy Pandemonium, and so there are 2 of these 500 gram balls in here. It's a speckle, and they're called fraternal sock twins. So what she does is she takes a sock blank and sort of dyes it darker on one end, lighter in the middle, darker on the other end, and cuts them in half so that you have 2 balls of sock yarn. So I think this is done so the darker's on the outside and then the lighter bit is more towards the center. So anyway, sock yarn, fraternal twins. Here's, you can kind of see the other one in there. Woo! In there. Fine, I'll just take it out. There it is. Fraternal sock twins. So it won't make 2 exactly perfectly matched socks, but it will make ones that are definitely related. So I thought that was kind of fun. This is from Lady Llama Fiber Co. Etsy. She has some other really fun yarns and things. So I've been thinking about going back to visit her and picking up another set of some of her yarns. So that is all the yarns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 skeins in 2.5, 3 weeks. I need to stop. I need to stop. Next week is going to be a major Miss Babs haul, you guys. I need to stop. It's like patterns. You can buy patterns faster than you can stitch them up. You can buy yarn faster than you can knit it up. So anyway, that is the yarn portion of our Yarnquisitions. Hey, still yesterday. Okay, so now I've got project bags that I've purchased, more for knitting than for cross stitch, and so it's getting to the point where I'm trying to research and learn how to make a slightly different style of bags that will work a little bit better for knitting instead of just going crazy and buying all the things. But anyway, this darling bag, look at the cute little sheeps, darling little pink polka dots, is from Cider House Crafts on Etsy. She actually started doing Flosstube videos not too long ago, and I think I shouted her out either last week or the week before last, so go check her out. Anyway, everything snaps together. She's got adorable pink sheeps on the inside. Plus, she sent a darling, let's see, here's some Cider House Crafts. There's her card with a little stitch marker right there on the edge. She sent a pin. There's a darling little notebook. Cute, adorable, a wonderful card. In here is a stitch marker. You can kind of see it on the back. Well, actually you can't see it at all. There's a stitch marker. There's a row counter. So, you know, as you go around long, you can count your rows. And a couple of tips to put on the ends of your needles to keep your project from going astray. So that was kind of a fun package to receive and fun to support a cross-stitcher and a knitter. And like I say, this is a really darling bag. Super, super cute. So go check her out on Etsy. Tell her hello. Go buy all the things, because that's what we do. We buy all the things. Okay. Where will this go? That will not be in the way. Last time I talked to you guys, I showed you this super cute little knitting bag, project bag. This would hold a small cross-stitch project on the hoops that I do really, really well. Anyway, from Quilt Knit Craft. So I decided it was a little too small for when I was doing knitting, or what I want to use for a knitting bag, but it will make a tiny project cross-stitch bag really well. So I went and looked at her sizes, and in the related fabric, same fabric line, she had this one slightly larger, Quilt Knit Craft, green lining, adorable animals with the knitting. Look, all the animals are wearing sweaters that old little sheepy has knit. Isn't that dog adorable? Those pigs. I love it! So this is more my speed as far as the size of a project bag for knitting goes. So please just punch with that. So that is that. And that is all that has arrived as far as yarn and knitting purchases. So, yay! So lots and lots and lots of absolutely gorgeous yarn that I really would like to play with. And so while you were watching that clip, I put on the latest cute little shawl that my mother has knit for me. Well, I picked out the pattern and suggested it to her. And part of the thing that I thought would be interesting for her is you can see this texture, how there's all these wonderful little bumps here and there in the thing. And then not. How's that for a perfect description of what it is? I'm sorry, you guys. I cannot, off the top of my head, remember the name of this pattern. I'll go look it up. I'll put it down here or up there, or, you know, wherever the color goes best. So I'll put the name of the shawl here and put it down in the description box below, so you can look it up if you want to see it. Here you can see some of those little bumps. I call them stars or snowflakes or something like that. It's a lovely crescent shape, slightly off center. There was worked using some style of short rows. I can't remember. And you can see over on this end how it's all of those little stars, lots and lots and lots and lots of stars, and then they just kind of start to break off and form these wonderful, wonderful rays. You can see the little picot bind off down there at the bottom. This is on a Miss Babs. Stella is the colorway. Miss Babs, I think this is a Yummy 2-ply is the base. It's really soft. It's really beautiful. So while it's 97 degrees in the great outdoors today in Utah, I'm looking forward to fall or a crisp night or something when I can actually wear this. So I need to fold that up. I read somewhere that a good way to store your shawls is to actually roll them so that you don't get the creases, not permanently, but the wool has a memory, so it doesn't get memorized that, you know, a fold goes there, so you roll them up. That kind of takes care of it. Seemed like a perfectly good idea to me, so, you know, maybe I'll do that. Maybe. I need to clean out one of my drawers and rearrange them because my current shawl drawer is full. That's what happens when you make stuff. All right. I actually have a little bit of sewing silliness for you guys to take a look at. I haven't shown you the fabric yet, but you will see the fabric here in a minute that I bought, and there was a lot of fabric. So I came to the conclusion, before I could start playing with the new fabric, I needed to finish up some of my old projects. And so I had 4 project bags, halfway cut up, you know, in some sort of state of almost ready to go-ness. And so I was going great guns on them, and then I got sick. So all they need is to be seamed up here on the edges, and then they'll be done. So there are 2 Halloween bags. So this one, I used jelly roll type strips, 2.5-inch strips to construct the body. and another jelly roll for the, okay, these go together, for the thingy where the zipper goes, the contrast for where the zipper goes. I love those skulls. Those are kind of darling. My BFF helped me cut out some of the things, and she saw them and thought they were absolutely cute. And I said, well, sure, you can have one. She's like, I don't need another Halloween bag. I'm like, well, whatever. I don't care. You can have one. Then everybody, I think, has seen the Frida bag that I made for McKenna. And so I have some Frida fabric left over. And so here's what I have done with one of them. McKenna definitely got the best cut. I just ordered half a yard, and I should have ordered a little bit more. And then here's what the back will look like. So the back will have the wonderful Fridas that McKenna's has on the front, but it'll be on the back on this one. Just the way the fabric was, and I didn't want to waste any fabric because it was kind of expensive. Well, no, it wasn't that expensive, but it was hard to, it was dear. We'll say that, since that was printed in 2017, and, you know, rarity. Things go out of stock all the time. They don't always reprint them. Anyway, here's the second one that I did a purple top, and then I had some old Halloween green rickrack. I know Frida and rickrack, it doesn't really go, but I had it, so I put it on, and I adore how our Fridas are just sort of peeking out from underneath the rickrack up here. I think that's worked out really well, kind of hilarious. But as on the other bag, the best bit of the fabric is going to be to the back. It's just the way it is. Yes, I could cut here when I make the bag and turn the back side up and around the way it should go. But honestly, I don't like to do that because I don't like a seam down the bottom of my bag on the inside. That's just me being weird. I don't want a seam on the bottom. So that's what it is. So that's why I just fold it over backwards, which kind of makes it a mess if it's a directional print, but I'm not selling them and I don't care. I need to redo my tutorial, because I have found there are things I didn't mention and things that you know how I am. I go this way and then sooner or later we're off on a rabbit trail into the night. Just all sorts of stuff. So I mentioned that there were fabric acquisitions, so here are those fabric acquisitions. So, fabric and stuff. Well, yesterday, Memorial Day, well, I guess it's not yesterday, it would be 2 days ago by the time this goes up. Anyway, yesterday, I went over to Joann's because I needed a bunch of muslin to use for linings for some of the project bags that I've been making, because I used it all up that I already had done. And then, those things, fat quarters, were on sale, 5 for $1, so I bought some stars. I bought a plain one. I bought this cute little fabric one. I bought this, another plain one. You'd think I could look and see what's going on in the viewfinder and tell you what's going on instead of looking at it and going, oh, okay. And another purple fabric, flowers. Yeah. It's purple. Guess my favorite color. I think I'm going to use these. I found a couple of, so Kelly Bell sent me a link to some tutorials for bento bags. Remember this little bento bag style yarn bowl holder that I showed you guys last week? Anyway, so Kelly sent me some links to tutorials, and so I bought some at $1 a fat quarter. I can afford to totally ruin a piece of fabric and not feel too bad about that. So these are my fabrics to experiment to see if I can figure out how to make me one of these following some other tutorials. None of them really go the way that I want them to, so we'll see. I might have to combine 3 or 4 or 100 different tutorials to get out of it what I want. So there is that. I have the muslin on my lap. Let's put it back there. Okay, so you guys have been amazing and have let me know that a new pansy themed fabric collection has come out, and it is by Maywood Studios. And the name of the collection is Emma's Garden. And I actually had beat you guys on this because occasionally I will search Etsy for pansy fabric. It's just one of those things that I do that gets me in trouble, and I really need to stop doing it so that I can be in less trouble. You'd think. Anyway, so I bought a fat quarter stack of the entire, most of the line. So let's open this guy up and show you, kind of get a good idea of all those pansies. They're fabulous. They're fabulous. I love them so, so much. They've got kind of a little print too, some blenders. I love the sort of vine, what they've got here. Here's pansies in a very open sort of pattern. I love the graphics. Look how wonderful and geometric this is that they've used for the blender. There's also this one. It's right side up for you. It's upside down for me. Okay. Anyway, so this is fabulous. They have it down here in there's some more purplies and red purples, more plums. There's the, gets into the lavender hues. Gorgeous. They have it, of course, again on a white background. Why not? Love it. White background, some of it on yellows, and then down here in the greens. It's gorgeous, you guys. I love this. This is fantastic. I love this. This is fantastic. The little wonderful, fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to being able to build me some bags. I've been looking at all sorts of different bag tutorials. You know, get some ideas, build some different styles of bags in addition to the bento bags. You know, just do something different than the flat sort of zippery project bag that I've been doing because, well, it's my things that I do have expanded, so I need a different shaped bag to take on some of the things that I'm up to. So there's plenty of fat quarter bags there, so I can make some drawstring bags. I've been thinking about making some box bags with the zippers at the top, kind of like the ones that I've bought for the knitting project bags. Doing some of that and doing some of this, you know, just having a good time like usual. Also sent with that one, I got sent, this was a little free Paradise teeny tiny charm pack for Maywood, so that will eventually get made into a project bag of one type or another, but since there's not enough here to do anything with, I hit Etsy again and bought a fat quarter of 2 of the different prints that are in here so that I could make a full bag with this, you know, piece that together, make it super cute, and then do the other thing. So anyway, that is Emma's Garden. It's a Debbie Beavis who did another pattern, another set that had some pansies in it last year. I went hunting for those, and they're still in my thing because I don't go that fast. Anyway, so while I was hanging out on Etsy, you guys do a terrible, terrible job at keeping me off of Etsy. I found, let's see, this is from Warm Kitty Quilts. Let's go here to the, alright, this is the one that started it all. So this is, I call it a cheater cloth, because you can see it's all sorts of different prints just thrown together willy-nilly, and it's cute, and it's romantic, and it's shabby chic, and it's just right up my alley. So I bought that. It happened to be a remnant in the shop that I was looking at, so it was a little bit cheaper than normal straight up yardage would have been. Let's get the fold line. I need to iron it because it is a little wrinkly. But also in there with the same line, I picked up a dot remnant, light purple with purple dots and white with purple dots. You all know I love my dots. And then also a remnant of, they called it the candy stripe fabric. So that's all one collection. And since I was just playing around in the store, it says Warm Kitty Quilts, right? Right there. Hopefully I didn't show. I might have shown my address. You guys all know where I am, so you can come murder me in the middle of the night, whatever. A cute purple fabric for contrast. Another purple fabric that I thought might be fun. This is just a fat quarter. Let's see. This was a remnant. A fat quarter of this. And then these stars are not as purple as they were on my screen. It might be a problem. Anyway, some cute little pink stars. Why not? I thought that could be a fun something or another. So there's that pile of fabric. And then the very last thing that I stumbled across was a de-stash sale on fabric. And so I picked up 2 yards, I think is the cut of this pansy fabric. It's yellow with the little pansies on. Kind of fun. A lot of fun. Kind of fun. Anyway, so that had to come home to live with me to become project bags and more project bags and all sorts of other things. So there you go. Fabric. Lots and lots and lots. I don't need any more fabric. I really don't need any more fabric. So there you go. That is all the sewing silliness acquisitions for the couple past 3 weeks. So there you have it. Lots of fabric and really beautiful pansy fabric that I really, really want to get through. I've been having a good time puttering around YouTube looking at tutorials for all sorts of different size bags and shaped bags and stuff like that. So I'm thinking about making, you know, there's tutorials for slightly larger drawstring bags, so I might make me some drawstring bags. There's like, you know, the squishy project bag, which is a seam on top, or a zipper on top, sort of a knitting project bag. Just looking at stuff, seeing what I want to make. I'm thinking about doing the triangular foldable fabric box, showing you guys how to do those, even though there are a lot of fantastic tutorials out there on that one. You know, why not? Actually do some sewing silliness, so I really am thinking about that. So that's really all I've got for sewing, except lots of ideas trickling through my brain. Well, since we just did purchases, here's a clip for some ridiculous purchases. Alright, so now we have ridiculous purchases. One that I am really quite pleased with, and one that I'm completely and totally meh about. Let's go with the meh one first. The photo in Etsy showed a dried pansy in a clear bracelet-y thing like that. It was cute, it was fantastic. I think she had great reviews, 5-star reviews. So I said, okay, cool, I will buy that, because pansies, right? And I thought I could use it as a charm bracelet. So this is what I was sent. That's not a pansy. I have no idea what sort of flower that is. Do you guys have any idea? Because I don't know. That might be the front. I think that really is the front, and that this is the back. There's the back. When it came, a lot of the glue that she had used to seal it with, I don't know if you can see it there, it's still soft. It takes my fingerprints, so the glue is oozed out. It's oozed all over the chain. If I'm not very careful, you know, the chain ends up being glued to itself. It arrived kind of glued to itself in a complete mess. So there's glue all over the chain. It's not a pansy. I was really, you know, pansy in a bracelet. You know, I thought it would be cute and fun and whatever. She sent along the bonus of a darling, I think this is a forget-me-not, little blue flower. Let's see if we can, kind of focuses. Kind of a forget-me-not, which is cute, but it's not a pansy. Pansy was in the picture of the advertisement. It said dried pansy in a thing. That, I don't know what that is. It's just, meh. You know, I just, meh. So there's that. I'll probably never wear it or do anything with it, and just say, you know, turn it in a case and say, I'm really sorry, this isn't at all what I expected it to be. I can send it back, or, you know, whatever. So So there's that. Now, the ridiculous purchase. Did I purchase anything else ridiculous? I probably did, but I can't remember what it was. Par for the course. Anyway, was Sarah Welch pottery. Where's her card? Her card is right here. Yeah, Sarah Welch pottery. Right here. Also on Etsy. From Colorado. Handcrafted. Anyway, right there. So you can go find her on the Etsy. And she has a whole bunch of ceramic travel mugs in her store. But she also has itty bitty, teeny tiny little bowls that are fabulous. Isn't that cute? It's just a little tiny turquoise little bowl. Here's a itty bitty little vasey thing. Cute. Useless. You could put your orts in it. Yeah, just throw your orts in there and then clean them out at the end of the day. I mean, really smooth. Her glazing is just brilliant. Absolutely love it. I stumbled across her because this glaze she called Pansy. Of course I was searching for pansies, so there is that. Wonderful. Oh, it's tiny, it's beautiful, it's absolutely silly, you know, it has no real use, no real function. Maybe if I was growing a little fairy garden, you know, here's my cauldron for my little fairies out in the fairy garden. I don't know. Here's, you know, it's just, so, ridiculous purchases, my friends. Ridiculous purchases. But I'm totally pleased with these ones. I love them. I love them. They're scattered here. One sits on Alexa. She's going to turn on, tell me she doesn't understand. So it's great. I love those. I think that's everything we've bought. Cool. Back to the chores. So I think June really has got to be a sabbatical month. Let's not buy all the things in June. Because we certainly made a good attempt at buying all the things in May. That was my mania. I bought all the things in May. May not have had anything to do as well. Okay, so stitching if you count knitting. But anyway, I bought all the things in May. I need to stop. Alright. Are you guys ready for some? Floobies? Haha. Always ready for the Floobies. Okay, so the first new stitcher that I met, or at least the new videographer that I met, was Wistful. I met her at number 9, so I'm not really sure how I missed the boat when she first started doing her videos, but I found her to be a delightful lady. She's working on a lovely pattern with flowers in the border. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Go check her out. There is Socks_4_mum, knitter from Texas, who has rediscovered cross stitch. She also is a knitter. She's working on stockings, cross stitch stockings for everyone. Some past finishes there. A lavender and lace angel. Good projects, great variety. Go check her out. We have also got Donna Kids Cats Stitches. She's the sister of Helen D, which is the East Coast Stitcher, so y'all know who that is. Helen D, at least. Anyway, go meet her sister. She's a fan of the Frosted Pumpkin, so many projects, and one on the go. Crafty 1 Cent. Her is a multi-crafter. She's brand new to cross stitch again, you know, trying to find her style. She's like many of us who learned it as a kid and then put it down through college years and raising the munchkins, and then has trying it out again. Remembers that she used to do this and used to love it. She shows off her mania starts, Hobby Lobby haul, other fun stuff. Next I met Thread Maniac. She shows off her whips and some past finishes. I just wrote down Ocean Floor Stitch, so I think that was a round scene with dolphins and things in. Beautiful Butterflies is another one she's working on. She has a terrific idea for a whiteboard style thing with stitching in it. Really, go check that out. It's Priscilla and Chelsea caliber idea. It's really quite a good idea. She loves to think outside the box. Next we meet Hannah Woodson. She starts off with the stitching style tag and is working on a beautiful conversion of the lavender and lace Celtic lady. I think it's Summer. I think Summer is the one that she's converting. We meet Mama Metzger. She starts us off with the Know Your Needleworker tag, also a multi-crafter. She is working on a huge nativity kit. And that huge nativity kit that you bought, I think she bought from AliExpress, so she wasn't sure how big it was going to be. It turns out it's like a monster. Huge. Huge. Anyway, so from there she's learned that she loves heaven and earth designs and the big projects. So go give her a look. I also met Sussex Stitch Witch. She is stitching a gorgeous girl in her second video, and she also enjoys diamond painting. I must have been busy at work when I wrote my notes because there are not many notes, but go check her out. I also met Leah Stitches. She loves to design her own patterns and stitch them. She's got one that says sunshine is my medicine, and that was one of my favorite of her fun, cute designs. Go check her out. I often say that I am solar powered, so sunshine being my medicine really resonates. Yeah, I already said go check her out. Go check her out! And then the last new stitcher that I met is Marilyn's boy. He stitches, he quilts, he has a wonderfully wacky sense of humor. Aladdin is his favorite Disney movie and one of his favorite projects to stitch. I think in his second video he said he's designing the Aladdin pattern as he goes along. Or maybe he just designed the genie. I'm not real sure. I watch a whole heck of a lot of you and it doesn't always stay straight in my head. He was just quirky and fun. Defying all words. Go check him out. So there is everything that I have written down. And if it's not written down, it didn't happen. Okay, yep, we did learn to. We did the thingies and then the what's-its. I'm making sure. Okay, yeah, that is everything. So now for the everything else that is not necessarily stitching related. Take a drink, my friends, because I'm thirsty. Let's see, what have I been up to? My parents flew back to the East Coast to Pennsylvania. My sister graduated from medical school, so they picked her up and drove home with her all the way from Hershey, Pennsylvania. Good drive. They took the long way. They diverted here and there to check out some LDS church historical sites on their way across country. So I got to take care of the dog, but I figured it would be easier to take care of the dog over at their house with the backyard and everything than over here at my house with no backyard. So I packed up the cat and we went over there and stayed over at their house for a week, which is one of the weeks I didn't record because all my stuff was here, all the other stuff was there, and I was lazy and I didn't want to do it. So that's why we ended up missing 1 week there. Tell you what, that cat screamed from the moment she got into her kennel to the point when I let her out at Mom and Dad's house. And then she was like, "Oh, I remember this house. Yeah, this is alright." She settled right in and was teasing the dog in no time at all. The dog doesn't care at all about the cat. He just kind of gives her a sniff and, thinks, "Oh, you, whatever." Meanwhile, the cat's... she's not terrified of the dog. The dog's not her favorite, but she has learned that he doesn't care about her. So sometimes she trolls the dog and she'll jump off the sofa and land right near him and then kind of take off when he's napping. And so it startles him awake and he's like, "Woof, woof, woof. What was that?" But the cat's gone. So it's kind of funny. My cat trolls the dog. Memorial Day weekend, I thought I would do partial video. This didn't happen. We had dinner with the family. I went My sister, I have been waiting for her to come home because she is my fashion consultant. So we went and bought some new shirts. Look, see, I'm wearing a new short from Kohl's. I like it. I like the colors. I figured I may as well go straight to little old lady, you know, instead of fighting it because I can't see. My hair's going gray. I'm waiting for my hair to go entirely gray so I can color it purple. Just waiting. Just waiting. Anyway, clothes, stuff, work. Canadian Cold was sick. We did have some adventures at the theater. Yeah, I know you guys live for the theater stories. I've started to rewrite some of the lyrics for the opening song to reflect life as a dresser backstage. And so I guess I'll sing it for you, even though I've been talking and my throat's a little, it's scratchy because I've been talking too much. I'm not classically trained as a singer, so. Let this be the day where nothing will happen, where the zippers all go up and the wigs fall in place. Just another crazy day backstage in the jewel box. I can't work like this. I can't dress like this forever. Day-na-na, day-na-na. Dana. Because, anyway, there's background singers, but I can't sing the background. Anyway, so we're rewriting the opening song and having a good time. I sang that for my ensemble ladies the other day, and they thought it was wonderful, so they all sang it back to me in the proper point, in the proper parts, in the proper key. It was lovely. So we're having a good time there. And there's some problems with the meter and some problems with the rhyme, but, you know, if given enough time, I'll probably figure it out. Maybe. More stories from theater. We have, in the show, there's a scene with a little boy, and it lasts 3 minutes. And that is the only time in the play that it's called for the little boy. So our director has given the little boy some walk-on parts where he's part of the ensemble during the carnival scenes. So we have a strong man who wears a big muscle suit that it's terrible, you guys, because he sweats in it and then it stinks and we have to fabric fresh him. And anyway, the muscle suits. So he's, you know, wearing this big old fake muscle suit as the strong man. And then the little boy, we call him the little strong man. And so he has a fake mustache that he comes and wears and a fancy vest and a fancy hat. And he wears a leotard unitard type thing that has, you know, shorts on it. And it's a tank and there's gold trim on it and everything else. So the show's double cast, so there's 2 of these little boys. And at the 4 o'clock show on Saturday, we run 3 shows on Saturday. There's the 12:30, the 4, and the 7:30 show. The Monday, Wednesday, Friday cast does Friday night, and then they do the first show on Saturday. Anyway, it's relevant. I'll get there. I tell stories in the worst possible way. Anyway, so the opening music has started. We're backstage getting ready for the first major change of the show, which includes a scene where our little boy should be on stage as, you know, the little strong man. And he comes to us and it's like, I can't find my costume. And we're like, what do you mean you can't find your costume? He's like, I can't find my costume. Now is not the time to tell us that you cannot find your costume when we are getting ready to change 8 members of the ensemble from their opening scene clothes into their carnival clothes. You gotta tell us these things before green room. Commence a major search. I mean, we searched all of the women's dressing rooms because who knows where something might be put. We triple searched his dressing room because who knows where something might be put. We double searched the men's ensemble dressing room because who knows where something might be put. It's nowhere. It's not in any pockets. It's not in itty ditty bags. It's nowhere to be found. So we do make the change for the main ensemble cast, and he just doesn't go on stage as Little Big Man because he doesn't have his costume. We can't find it. We don't know where it is. And so it's at this point of time where we're into the thing, and I'm like, I'm going to go up to the wardrobe room, and I am going to check the laundry. Because between the noon 30 show and the 4 o'clock show, when the Monday, Wednesday, Friday cast has left, they put out all of their socks, their leotards, their undershirts, you know, all their skins. If it touches their skin, they put it out for laundry. And since I don't want to be there all night, we usually get that started as soon as possible. So usually they're all gone by about 3:30. They had all vacated the area by about 3:15. So we had thrown the washables into the laundry, and then we had started the dryer right before top of the show. So we were able to get a roll, and we're like, this is great. We are going to be done with laundry early tonight. Nobody's going to have to stay late. It's going to be fantastic. And it was, because we got it done early. Anyway, so I'm like, the only place we have not looked is the dryer. So as soon as I got some time, went up to the wardrobe room, opened the dryer. It still had, 15, 20 minutes left on it. Sorted through some black shirts and some dance belts and, other socks, whatever was in there. And I found Little Big Man's costume. I also found the other Little Big Man's costume. So I found both the Monday, Wednesday, Friday guy costume and the Tuesday, Thursday costume. And it's the Tuesday, Thursday guy who's going, I don't know where my costume is. What I think happened, I can't prove it, but my theory is Monday, Wednesday, Friday kid wore his own costume Friday night and then put it in the laundry. We don't do laundry Friday night into Saturday. We tell everybody to lay their stuff out so it can air dry. It reeks like all give it out, but nobody's here early enough in the morning to do a full load of laundry on Saturday. They won't pay us to do it, basically, is what it boils down to. So they have to wait that one night. So we think he put his costume in the laundry. Came back Saturday morning and either forgot that he'd put it in the laundry or I don't know what, but didn't really look for it and didn't tell us. Didn't tell the dressers, didn't tell anybody, couldn't find his costume. So he wore his doubles costume. Then when he was done with his doubles costume, he put that in the laundry too. And it gets buried, It's not like the costume sits on top, you throw it in, here comes, I've got 4 men's ensemble, and they've got dance belts and socks and undershirts and everything else, and it just gets, piled on top. And so we just kind of sort it out, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. We make them do most of the sorting, to be totally honest. But anyway, and so it was in the dryer. It was mostly dry. I pulled it out of the dryer, walked back up to the theater, said, here you go. You'll be able to go on stage the next time you're called. So seriously, people. Seriously. So now I need to make sure the little strong man has his costumes ready to go before top of the show because he's not going to tell us if he needs them or not. Theater's fun. It really is. It really is a lot of fun. Anything else from the theater? I'm actually going to go see the show. Thursday night, Mom, Dad, Leanne, and I were going to go off and see the show, so yay! I usually don't see the shows that I do because I'm so sick of the music. But this one, I actually am enjoying the music, and I would like to see what's going on stage while we're doing the crazy in the back. There's a point in the show, as it goes through Winnie's life, spoiler alert, Winnie doesn't drink the water. Anyway, so it's going through, Winnie's life as she grows up and gets married, and then Grandma dies, and so there's this sad music that plays when Grandma dies, and then, everybody grows up more, and there's a baby, and the baby gets married, and then Winnie's mother dies, because she gets old and dies. Everybody's growing up as we're going along, and, the death music plays again, and anyway, I'm backstage. I'm changing people left, right, and upside down because this is what we do during the last number of the show. And every time the death music comes on, I start singing, and another one gone, and another one gone, and another one bites the dust. because I'm crazy. So anyway, that's Tales from the Theater, I guess. Tales from all over the place. I swear there was something else I had for you guys, but I cannot remember what it was. It'll come to me eventually while I'm editing this thing, and then that's just the end of it. So, guys, thank you all for tuning in whenever I put a video up. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all your lovely likes, for all your comments, for all of you who decide to hit that subscription button so that you're notified when I do another one of these crazy things. Thank you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. I'm still watching almost all of you, if not all of you. I'm a little behind. I've had to start watching you guys on 2x speed just because I couldn't keep up on 1x speed. And so, with being sick last week, I didn't watch stuff for like 2-3 days. I'm not even going to try to catch up. Today, I started this morning with whoever was the first video, went back all day today. So tomorrow, I'll start whoever released the video next and go forwards from there while I'm at work. I won't get to watch any tonight while I'm editing, but normally I come home and when I stitch or knit, I turn you guys on and I'm pointing at where the screen is, where you guys talk to me. Talk to me, Goose. Anyway, so thank you for doing your videos. I really appreciate it. I do watch all of you. I don't comment a lot, which is my own sad failing. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you guys get plenty of time to stitch to your heart's content. If you're a multi-crafter, hope you get the time to knit, quilt, sew, crochet, do your things. Why would we not want to do our things? I hope that frog stays far, far away from you. Hugs and stitches, everybody. Bye. Oh, hey, I am back because there really was something else I wanted to tell you guys about that I had kind of forgotten about in the last thing, but I remembered. It's about my bulletin board that I've been doing for the Relief Society, and I want to say it's coming along pretty good. It's doing all right. Every month I feel like I get a little bit better at it and a little bit better at it, and it's doing okay. I've discovered washi tape. Lots of fun there, you guys. And I love that it's easy to peel off. So, like, I can use the same sort of frames each week for the list of our welcomes and our farewells. And I just take that washi tape, and since apparently it's okay for it to, I don't know, I just frame a staple to my bulletin board. I take off last month's thing. I put on this month's thing. I choose what color of washi tape I'm going to use. I stick that on little thing. Try to make it look all cute. We're doing good. Okay. So back in, have to be between 2007 and 2010, I decided I was going to be a scrapbooker. I was going to take pictures. I was going to cut the paper. I was going to do this thing. I bought the Cricut, I bought the tools, I bought a whole lot of paper, you guys, and I didn't scrapbook. You know why I don't scrapbook? Because I forget to take pictures. It's hard to scrapbook when there are no pictures to scrapbook. Plus, I often thought that the papers were so pretty, it was a shame to cut them. So, it's kind of a problem when you're trying to do the scrapbooking thing. Cat, stop it! Stop! You're gonna knock that over on top of you. Yes, good cat. Anyway, so it's slowly improving. I committed a mortal crime of against fonts the other day, you guys. I used Comic Sans on my bulletin board. I know. I should know better than to use Comic Sans. It's a terrible font. Don't use it. It's overused. Overused, overworked, and anyway. I did. I was a bad graphic designer. I'm not trained in graphic design, but whatever. Right? So it's coming along, and it's looking okay. And I should have taken a picture so you guys could see how crazy I am. I think the real problem is going to get me to edit it down so that I don't have 100 different things going on the bulletin board at once. But I'm really trying, because, you know, with the Cricut, I cut out all sorts of cute little flowers. Those were fun. And I cut out a border. That was way fun. My friends who have moved on to Cricuts that are powered by their computer so they don't use the cartridges anymore lent me some of their cartridges. So I cut out a super fancy font for June to go across my bulletin board, and super fancy and all that stuff. And anyway, the bulletin board's coming along pretty good. So there's that. Thought I'd give you an update before I went on and did all the rest of the things. And while my computer is booting up and doing the, oh yeah, last time you shut it down, I turned it off a week ago and haven't turned it on since. Okay, there's two computers. There's the gaming computer in the other room, and then there's the computer in here that I actually watch you guys on Flosstube. Anyway, so the gaming computer has the strength to do the editing stuff, so that's what I do it on. I'm lost. What was I talking about? I don't know. Cute, ridiculous, fabulous things. And there's Princess back there. Can you see her? Can you see her? Oh, she's in the windowsill. You can't see her. What are you doing? What are you doing? Meow. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Whatevs. See ya.